There now. So, Jesse, you just heard from neighbors who say they witnessed this fire firsthand.
Yes, and actually it started right behind me where you see this dock, and you could actually appear to see some of that damage to the roof of the dock, and the boats that were in there have been since towed away. But neighbors that I spoke to say they saw large flames, they heard large bangs, and this was very concerning because of the close proximity of the fire to the homes in the area.
It was a sight visible for miles, a plume of smoke coming from a dock on Lake Wylie.
It's definitely out of the ordinary. As I started smelling smoke and started seeing trucks and ambulances, emergency equipment going down the road here, then I realized something was wrong.
The fire broke out early Monday morning, engulfing several boats docked at Terry's Marina. Witnesses say the flames quickly consumed the vessels, prompting several 911 calls.
My husband came upstairs and he yelled something and I didn't catch it, and then he said, "Carrie, the marina's on fire." And I said, "What?" So I went back there, I looked, the marina was definitely on fire.
Several emergency crews responded to the scene. Witnesses say the fire started under the dock before the boats were moved to the back cove area as firefighters worked to douse the flames. Carrie Greenwood, who lives nearby, says she heard one blast after another.
Oh, a bunch of explosions. You could just hear the gasoline or whatever they had down there just, popping off.
A blast in those videos. Now, no one was hurt during the incident. Mecklenburg County Fire Marshal's office is investigating it, working to determine the official cause of the fire. Now, we'll continue to follow all of this and give you updates as we get them. Live in Lake Wylie, Jesse Pierre, WCNC Charlotte.
All right, Jesse, thanks for those updates.
Time now to connect the dots when we make the news make sense. As you continue your holiday shopping, you may notice a few people asking for one specific gift that promises big benefits.
Weighted blankets are making waves as a cozy way to combat anxiety and improve sleep. But do they really work? Let's connect the dots. Weighted blankets are often filled with beads or cotton to provide extra pressure. The weight mimics the sensation of a hug, which experts say may calm your brain's fight or flight response and even trigger oxytocin, a hormone that helps reduce anxiety. But they're not for everybody. Experts recommend picking a blanket about 10% of your body weight. They're also not safe for babies, toddlers, or people with certain health conditions like sleep apnea. But do they work? Research is limited. Some studies suggest weighted blankets do help with anxiety or chronic pain, while others show little impact. Still, experts say if you're curious and you can afford the $50 to $300 price splurge, it's worth a try. After all, if it helps you sleep better, that's a win. And that is Connecting the Dots.
Making a difference with your help. When you share your news tips, we go to work.
I sent you that email. 15 minutes later, you're responding to me.
When a Charlotte woman battling cancer lost her health coverage, we demanded answers.
Within hours of WCNC Charlotte asking questions, the agency responsible quickly corrected its mistake.
Let us get to work for you.
Reach out to news tips at WCNC.com. WCNC Charlotte, news that impacts you.
Warming options across South Carolina are opening up just in time. State leaders say with the temperature dropping, they're seeing an influx of people being impacted.
Yeah, that's right. WCNC Charlotte's Anna King spoke with officials at some of the shelters and joins us live now from Rock Hill. Anna, what are they stressing right now?
Well, I went to Lancaster and York County today and spoke with leaders about the need. And they mentioned that with the homeless epidemic, many counties across South Carolina are seeing they knew to prepare early.
The homeless situation in Lancaster County is problematic.
So we also have respite throughout the day, so we have an increase of the number of individuals who comes to the shelter.
With temperatures hitting hard lows, shelters and warming centers across South Carolina are gearing up for an increase in foot traffic.
We make sure we have enough chairs for them to sit, and we just have enough staff members on site as well.
Lancaster County has seen a 14% increase in homelessness compared to last year. They say they've been doing what they can to help those people out. But with more people, it's getting costly.
We have been putting people up in hotels, but that's, expensive and limited.
The Bethel shelter in Rock Hill says they're seeing the same trend and say they see an even bigger need on days where there's less help.
There's no public transportation here in Rock Hill on Sundays, so those experiencing homelessness tend to come here and hang out here.
Both shelters say while the temperature stays below freezing, they're open for people to drop by and catch their breath. And these shelters also mentioned with the influx of people stopping by, they're in need of volunteers. So to find out how you can help, you can head to our website at WCNC.com. Live in Rock Hill, Anna King, WCNC Charlotte.
Definitely important as it gets really, really cold outside.
That's right. Thank you, Anna.
Tonight, we're highlighting a story of champions, not just on the football field, but in the classroom as well. Earlier this year, we introduced you to the team at Forest Hills High School, whose head coach has been drawing up game-changing plays for his students, both on and off the field. Now the Yellow Jackets are preparing for a big matchup in the 4th round of the playoffs. They take on Brevard tomorrow night. So WCNC Charlotte's Miles Harris is hearing from the players for the first time about this unique approach.
He's been a good role model for me.
Hey, Sam, set over here so returners will be over that way.
If there's one thing Coach Jamie Deese understands about his players, it's that a healthy mindset can go a long way.
For us, we've always talked about it's a marathon, it's not a sprint.
As Coach Deese and his team get set for round 4 of the playoffs,
How do you feel about today? Are you
it's clear they're maintaining success with each play.
There you go, Danny.
But also in life.
We stress academics.
Their academic success through the roof. Back in March, Coach Deese told us that there's more than 20 kids with a GPA over 4.0, and the entire team has an average GPA of 3.5. We asked the players, what's working?
Honestly, more of a mindset, more so than our play calls and our offense and defense as a whole, is our mindset as a team.
Because Slot's going to get bracketed, right? You know
Coach Deese drives his staff to be role models and to lead by example.
Good. Nice. That's it. Good. Good.
He's a guy I look up to as a mentor and as a tutor in the way of life and morality and how I should live my life outside of the game of football, in the classroom, and with everything that I do.
That's my point.
That accountability rubbing off in the locker room.
Success.
Good, 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 good. Get there. Good, good.
Being happy with myself, being happy with my accomplishments, just being, glad with what I did.
Building champions on the field and in life.
Whether that be in the classroom, in a hospital, I want to be pre-med, I want to go study medicine. So whether that be in a hospital, classroom, on the field, in the community, serving God, serving others is my ultimate goal. I think if I do that successfully, I will be successful in life.
Roll the States on me, roll the States on 3. 1, 2, 3. Roll the States.
In Marshville, Miles Harris, WCNC Charlotte.
When severe weather impacts the Carolinas, you can help us tell the story.
Are you weather aware, along with images like these? Here's how the picture of conditions impacting your area.
Make sure you're in a safe spot. Take a picture or a video, then send it to the Near Me feature on our WCNC News app.
Your image could be part of our weather impact coverage. Download the WCNC News app now.
Developing tonight in Chester County, a community in shock after a fire torched a beloved church. Dozens of fire crews rushed to Mount Zion AME Zion Church in Catawba last night to put it out. WCNC Charlotte's Jesse Pierre spoke to church leaders as they worked to figure out the next steps.
This wasn't just a church, it was a place of worship and a sanctuary for many. And although the flames destroyed the building, the Reverend tells me the church's spirit and heart remain strong. From the ashes of tragedy, a Chester church is left in ruins.
Last 12, 16 hours, it's been full of emotion, the ups and the downs. It's also grief because it's a loss to us, and there's a lot of history here.
Reverend Andre Showers of Mount Zion AME Zion Church says the structure built 40 years ago was home to a congregation with a rich history spanning over 150 years.
It's a church, as I said, that's full of history. The land was donated years and years ago for the old church to be built. And as the church began to grow, they needed another sanctuary, so they built the structure behind us.
As fire crews battled the flames, they faced a storm of challenges with heavy wind, cold temperatures, and no fire hydrant in the area. Crews had to shuttle back and forth from the field site.
Older buildings burn a lot quicker, and it's got some new material in it as well, so it had so much fuel just of the material that was already there just from the structure.
The remains, charred wood, shattered windows, and a collapsed roof. The scene nothing short of heartbreaking.
Everything was burning up. I mean, it was like engulfed with flames. So it was just devastating to see the things that you've been working toward and seeing a vision come to fruition, to see it all going up in flames.
A loss for a community that has poured its heart and soul into their church.
They've really sacrificed a lot in the past couple of years to get the church back on track and to make sure that it has what it needs.
Even in the face of tragedy, Reverend Showers says they will rise and their faith remains unshaken.
We put our faith and we put our trust in God, and that's who we believe in. And we know that He's going to sustain us and carry us through.
Investigators with SLED are working to determine the cause of the fire, making sure there is no foul play, which is standard protocol for church fires. Now, the church leadership says early signs point to a possible electrical issue, but nothing has been confirmed. Meanwhile, Reverend Showers says they will rebuild and are thankful for the outpouring level of support they have received. In Chester, Jessie Pierre, WCNC Charlotte.
Well, November is National Epilepsy Awareness Month, and now a local 8th grader is using her diagnosis to make a difference.
Yeah, she's turned her journey into a children's book that's helping others understand the challenges and the triumphs of living with epilepsy. WCNC Charlotte's Sarah French has her story.
This one says, heavy feelings in your body sometimes show by your heart beating fast, sweating, or butterflies in your stomach.
Emery Gunther, an 8th grader from Mooresville, was diagnosed with epilepsy when she was in 4th grade. Facing fear and uncertainty, she found strength and a way to share her story with the world.
Me and my mom had gone to the library when I was first diagnosed, and there were not many children's books on epilepsy at all. So I decided that that project was a great opportunity for me to write my book.
Her book, titled Sky's Strength, is a story that mirrors her own experience, but told through the lens of a different character, one inspired by her love for nature.
We just wanted to go with like a nature theme because me and my family love to go hiking and stuff.
But writing wasn't the only part of this journey. Emery had to navigate self-publishing and even found a way to make it extra special by having her cousin illustrate the book.
It was just extra special with her being like family and stuff, and she's a really great artist.
The book also serves a dual purpose. It doesn't just tell a story, but also provides tips for children and families on coping with epilepsy.
Through that experience, Emery learned a lot of coping skills, one of which is, slow breathing, tracing your hand. She talks about that in her book, inhaling as you go up and exhaling as you go down. Also just some grounding techniques, like looking around, finding 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can hear, and bringing you back to what's happening right now, not all the what-ifs that epilepsy can bring.
For Emery, one of the most important parts of this journey was the chance to finally share what she called her secret with her friends and classmates.
We actually made cake pops, like purple cake pops, and brought them into class, and I was like, thank you for supporting me.
Living with epilepsy hasn't been easy, and the fear of seizures is something Emery still faces.
It's very challenging and scary. That's probably my worst fear. Just like shaking. That's scary.
Emery's story has inspired others, and she hopes her book will find its way into more hands. Her mother, Leah, has seen firsthand how this project has helped Emery and hopes it can serve as a support for other families too.
Learn some of the big words, like what does an EEG even mean? Or what is a seizure? Just to support people any way that we can.
And that's exactly what Emery hopes Sky's Strength will bring to others. A reminder that even in the face of challenges, you can find strength. For WCNC Charlotte, I'm Sarah French.
Yeah, someday, somewhere, somebody's going to reach out and thank her for her bravery telling her story.
Yeah, lets folks know that they're not alone.
Certainly so. It's going to resonate with so many out there. If you're interested in getting a copy of Emery's book, go ahead and scan the QR code on that screen.
If you by chance don't have your phone on you, you can also find the book details inside our mobile app and on our website.
Good Wednesday morning, exactly 4:48, about 12 away from the top of the hour at 5 a.m. All of our camera lenses indicate the rain on the lens. Got the rain out there this morning from Rock Hill over towards Monroe to the Speedway out to Kannapolis. Yep, it's a rainy Wednesday morning. If you're heading out, add a little extra time to that commute. Rainfall totals so far across the region. Measured, as you can see, up around Hickory, well over almost 3 inches rainfall up there, well over an inch in Morganton. Here in Charlotte, almost 1.5 inches of rainfall, a little over 1.5 inches at Gastonia, almost 2 at Rock Hill, almost 1.3 inches at Monroe. So more rain on the way to the region. The impacts, rain heavy at times across the region this morning. Slow down, wipers on. It's going to be windy and turning colder as we head towards, especially later on this afternoon. We can see some winds gusting up to about 25 to 30 miles an hour. Scanning the skies at the moment. Light rain showers in the Charlotte metro area at the moment. So if you head over towards around the Asheboro area over in Randolph County, a little bit heavier precipitation. So kind of a break between some of the heaviest bands of shower activity right now. So if you're heading out the door, look kind of some light rain, but enough to use the windshield wipers. Kind of a messy drive wherever you're going. And looking back down the west and southwest, some of the heavy rainfall will be into Georgia. Moving in our direction over the next several hours. Notice on the back side of this, cold enough, there's some snow showers already, parts of Kentucky all the way down to Tennessee. That eventually heads towards the North Carolina mountains. They could see a couple inches of snow as we get towards late this afternoon through tomorrow. Futurecast indicates the rain out there this morning taking about 8 a.m. Notice at that time, 8 a.m. this morning, heavy rainfall from Raleigh all the way down to Rockingham and Schwa, and some light shower activity here once again on the backside, that snow in the mountains. Notice around noon today, that snow showers, especially the western facing slopes of the high country, and the bulk of the rain is moving east of Interstate 77. That's around noon, and then with the clearing skies as we head to the middle part of the afternoon. It's going to be windy and turning much colder in advance of several days of below average temperatures. Futurecast rainfall, now this is in addition to what we already have. Expecting maybe another close to 1 inch of the Charlotte area, well over 1 inch east and southeast of the Charlotte metro area. 60 degrees at 9 a.m. noon. We're at 57. And once again, by 6 o'clock this evening, temperatures are falling into the mid-40s at that time. Check the Guy Roofing 7-day forecast. We are weather aware this morning because of the rainfall out there for the afternoon. Breezy and colder. Tomorrow's high near 50. We start at about 30 degrees, low 50s on Friday. Looking ahead to the upcoming weekend, the driest day will be Saturday. Rain chances do increase on Sunday, game day. And then next week, here we're back to some milder temperatures. In fact, we'll hit about 60 on Monday. Tuesday's high temperature close to 63 degrees. That's your forecast this morning, Ben.